We are Sarájanée and Annacrizelda, and this is Everything and No Less, the podcast where your favorite long-distance best friends talk about everything, from women's sports to Marvel movies to things we love, things we hate, and everything in between. Welcome.
Hey. Hello.
Guys, we have a very special episode for you today. We have our first guest. Hey, Sara.
This is so exciting.
So honored to be here. Thank you for choosing me, the first guest. Wow.
Couldn't be anyone else. Well, it is my honor and privilege to introduce my dear, dear friend Sara to the show.
Hey.
Sara is so many things, it's hard to condense it all into a little intro. But to name just a few, she is a loyal and generous friend, a creative spirit, and someone who really knows how to make a girl laugh. She is a lover of food, a night owl, a world traveler, a brilliant content creator, a DIYer, and an expert level thrifter. She is a Gemini in her season. Please welcome Sara to the pod.
Let's go. That was so sweet. And I didn't realize it is Gemini season. So happy Gemini season, everybody.
I love a Gemini season. I think it's like Aquarius, Libra, all the air signs, Geminis. We do our thing. No Gemini slander will be tolerated around me.
Exactly. We get a lot of hate. We're just multifaceted people, you know.
Exactly.
I'm so glad that you're so sweet.
I'm so glad that you're here, Sara, and so glad that Annacrizelda, you introduced us. And trying to reflect on those days, I'm still trying to remember, but I would love to hear y'all's meet cute. How did you all meet? Do you remember? Is there symmetry about how you met? Did Anna judge one of your choices, what you had on your keychain, Sara? Maybe not.
Girl, I could not even tell you about that, but I do remember how we met. I think we were in the same dorm at college. I think we were not the same suite, but we were neighboring suites. We had the same RA, and I remember I was like, thank God there's another Asian person.
Oh my God, yes.
Because we have a very predominantly white school. And I was like, oh, God, maybe we could be friends. So I immediately was drawn to her. And I think the most fond memory I have initially at the beginning was me stealing a whale rug from her room. I don't think it was hers.
You did steal that.
I don't think it was yours, but I remember there was a whole thing of you chasing me down the dorm around it. I don't even know why I stole it. I have no idea. This is how I make friends, apparently, Sarájanée. So I don't know. But yeah, but we both from there, we joined the same organization and we had a mutual friend. So yeah, it's history from there, you know. We moved to different places and it was harder to keep up with, but I always felt like whenever we caught up, it was just picking up where things left off again, and never felt like, damn, you haven't talked to me in a couple of months. I don't know where you are now, you know. It's always been that way, and I appreciate her so much.
That's really beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yeah,
I have a very theft.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have a very similar memory. Yeah, we were our suite and our sister suite, Sarájanée. It was a sorority rush in there. It was.
That's right. Yeah.
it was. I was like, dang, UVA's like this, I guess. But yeah, I just remember I would spend a lot of time in her dorm room and we would eat your mom's ginger chicken. That she sent with you.
That's a good connect. Shout out to Mom. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's a good way to make friends.
Food is always a way to go.
Always.
I also feel like y'all just, we just stumbled upon UVA experiences, right? You have sorority row, in your dorm, or you have people who do antebellum reenactments, in mine, and then in there.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. UVA. Okay.
Then in there, that is UVA, or was UVA. Maybe it's different, doubt it, but.
Well, our dorm's not even there anymore.
They tore it down.
Mm-hmm. They have this fancy hotel dorms now.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice.
Okay. Sarájanée, I don't even know how I met you. I think it was fourth year.
That's what I think too.
Introduced us.
Yeah.
And I think it was in the lawn somewhere. Probably doing very degenerate things.
That's what I was imagining too. I was like, sometime during fourth year, some sort of lawn festivity. Like in my mind, I think maybe it was one of those tailgates where
I would
both of our
assume it
organizations were
was.
hosting like some sort of social gathering, let's call it, before a
We
football
probably had a
game.
joint event.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
And Annacrizelda and I made everybody sing or listen to Black and Yellow on repeat, which
They're like, what's happening? I'm like, you know what's happening.
is either
Oh my God, I
unity
forgot about
or probably qualifies for a little bit of a hate crime. I'm not really sure.
Hey,
But
you
it was
know?
fun in the time.
Yeah. I love that you brought the unity together, Anna.
Exactly.
Give it up. Shout out to you.
I don't think our two organizations have ever had as many joint events as the year 2012. They should, but I feel like they probably have never done it since.
Right. But
honestly,
it was
we had a lot of collabs in college with the different groups on grounds. I think so.
Good times.
Everyone
Very,
wanted
very
to party
good
with
times.
us.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
It was Anna. That's what I've always maintained. She's such a social butterfly and so inviting that people are just drawn to her. And then she's like, while you all are here, why don't we, have a little beverage? And the rest of us are like, we'll do whatever you say.
Wow.
Until 10 o'clock rolls around and she's like, get the fuck out.
It's time to sleep. Sleep time.
Gotta go bye.
Yes,
Eject.
100%. It's like, okay, my social battery's dead. Good night.
You don't have to go home, but you do have to leave here. I'm going to sleep.
Speaking of going to sleep, Sara, we would like to invite you. If there's anything that we've said on the Everything and No Less podcast that you take issue with or you would like to present a colorable counter argument for, we would invite you to do that now.
All right, I'm gonna hear it. So, one episode, y'all had slander on these night owls, and I'm not here for it. You know what? Not everyone is a morning bird, okay? I am very productive in the wee hours of the evening. Hence, last night, I was making some clay projects at 3 a.m. And you know what? I was the most productive because the world was asleep. It was calm. It was quiet. There's something just peaceful of the night, you know? And I just don't understand these morning people. See, when Annacrizelda and I travel together, and she wants to wake up at the crack of freaking dawn to go get breakfast, and I'm like, no, because I am a grumpy cat in bed. Please leave me alone. I will join you for lunch.
Sara's like, I just fell asleep 2 hours ago. You need to go. You need to leave me alone.
I was going to say conversely.
And I've always been a night owl. I can't do it. I can't do mornings at all. And I really want to be, and I cannot for the life of me. Do you know how early I get up before work? 15 minutes.
That's
I give myself 15 minutes to get out of this house. And I get there at 9 o'clock on the dot, and I am rushing to work every morning.
Isn't your heart rate up? Isn't your heart rate up? Not in the drill of this.
I set my alarm for 7:55, 8:10, and 8:10 says, "Get the fuck up, you're gonna be late." And then I snooze it for another 9 minutes and get out of bed at 8:19.
Really couldn't be me.
I was by 8:35.
I just love that for you. You have a system. I couldn't do it. I would have paralysis. Like, I'd be like so frantic. I can't. I'd just be sitting in the living room like this. I can't go. Cancel the day. There's not enough time. I'm coming in an hour. Like, I'm just going to be late. I can't do it.
I do
also
envy
multiple alarms.
Enjoy their mornings.
Yeah. But like the multiple alarms of it all, I hate setting one. The idea of having 3 looming over me.
I'm too paranoid to put just one. Because then I fear that I won't wake up for work.
Right.
So I have the last alarm goes, you know how you have the fancy melodic alarms that are really like, okay? My last alarm is, that's how I know that's the last time I can snooze my alarm and I need to wake up.
Absolutely not. I had a band that for my house.
That's like the alarm they play when the zombies are like coming. and you
There's
have
a
to go to
tornado.
the
Zombies
bunker.
are coming.
There's a tornado
The
in
zombies
town.
are-
Yes.
I had to
It's
ban that from my household. I was like, absolutely not. I can't hear it. Even if I'm awake and started like in my ritual, I cannot have that sound.
No, it's
No, it's very unsettling. I will admit that.
It's so aggressive. It's hostile.
it's hostile.
I wonder why my cortisol levels are up, but that's
Oh
probably
my
why.
god, Sarah, you don't have to live like this.
I'm laughing thinking about like Anna waiting for you to wake up while y'all are traveling together, or you telling her to leave me alone. Meanwhile, I'm like usually waiting, trying to be quiet. But if it's Anna and I together, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I can get up at any time.
Yeah, we're up.
Whichever one of us gets up first, the other person is already awake. So
And Anna knows I can sleep through a lot.
She can.
I slept through a pregame once.
She did.
that's a skill. Quite extraordinary.
I was like, dang, is she okay?
I just needed like 15 minutes. I just needed a power nap before we went out. And it was in a hotel room with music and people, and I was...
She was under the covers. She was, but her face was still exposed, and she was peacefully asleep. And I was literally sitting there looking at her, and I was like, "Are you really asleep?" She was like, "Yes."
No. I
made
do
it
love
through
a
the night,
power
though.
nap.
She did.
Did
Yeah.
great.
That was
You
great.
did really, really great.
But yeah,
Okay.
shout out to the night owls, okay?
Yeah. You guys should still wake up earlier, but I love that you have your routines. Go forth and conquer.
I wake up
Like,
when I have to.
I can't at 3:30 a.m. Like when you're making these beautiful clay projects. Like I can't do anything well. Whenever I've tried to stay up late to grade in the past, do any work, it's not quality. It's all a mess. If I'm up at 3 a.m., I'm contemplating life, state of humanity, my choices. I'm
How
in
did
an
I get
anxiety
here?
spiral. Yes, it's all
I'm
bad.
spiraling. I'm spiraling.
I can't imagine trying to like create something. I would hurt myself. Would definitely hurt
That's
myself.
where all the juices flow, you know?
But I did hear you say like the quiet and calm, and that's relatable because that's what I think I love about my early morning wake ups. Like just a few hours later, really at 6 a.m., it's like the roads aren't busy yet, people aren't moving, it's quiet, the sun is just coming up. So I understand that, like being a good little flow zone, good reflective time.
Mm-hmm. It's the only time the house is also really quiet since I live with 2 other people and 2 dogs who are Chihuahuas, so they bark all the time. So that's the only time that's actually like fully peaceful in the house.
I get it. That makes sense.
I hear you.
Okay. Annacrizelda, are you ready?
No.
Sarah and I have a very special surprise for you.
Hey.
I know that you're so eager.
I'm scared.
Why would you ever be afraid?
I don't like when you surprise me. You do it too much. You
We're
do
good
it
friends.
too
We would never
much.
do anything to deceive you, Anna. What are you talking about?
When has harm ever come your way from one of our surprises? When?
All out of love. You know that.
You're still here, so you didn't die.
I'm so scared.
Totally
What
well.
is it? What is
You were on the right track earlier. Thinking about exposure therapy, I enlisted Sarah. We're going to have a mini book club.
Oh my god.
Yeah! Remember, because
For
I
the
brought that up a couple
bookmarker.
times and I was like, man, I need more community, so it makes more sense.
Exactly. We've all read the book Martyr, so we're just going to have a couple of questions.
Oh
While
my
we're
god, I
talking.
love that book.
How are you doing? You've heard the word book club. Do you want to run?
I knew that when I told you I didn't like a book club, you were going to find a way to spring a book club on me. Oh my god. Okay.
Do you feel
that's
a little
fine.
excited?
No, I feel like, that show Maury, when like he had people on that were like scared of clowns, and he was like, well, we have a surprise for you, and he like made some clowns chase the person through the studio.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I feel like is happening right now.
That's a very visceral memory, Anna.
So specific.
Oh my god. Yes,
So
I know.
specific. Okay, well, that's good. You'll be happy to know we're not actually going to do a book club.
Oh my god.
Take a deep breath.
Don't you just want to talk to us more? Gosh, Anna, that's crazy.
I wish if we could. I still wish we had taken a picture of when we told you weren't going to have to do a fitness class during your
Oh
bachelorette,
my
because that would,
god.
you like falling to your knees would be a great
Listen,
image to insert
To
here.
relive knocking on the door with that fake voice. Ah, it was so
are you
great.
ready to rumble?
So good. It was
I
so
remember
good.
shouting, "Bridal boot camp, let's go!" And then I come in the door and you're just like, "Oh my god."
Like you had like a one tear coming down your eye, like you clutched your pearls, you grabbed your chest, you're
Oh
like,
my god.
Just for some
oh.
context, for people who don't know, during Anna's bachelorette, Sarájanée thought it was a good idea to fake a boot camp, and we were all in on it. So we were just like, "Yeah, we already paid the instructor. Like, we could do it by the pool if you want it more public, but we can't get our money back." And she was like, "Oh, fine, we could do it in the hotel room." So me and another friend sneak off outside a door, and I just made this fake voice bang on the door like, "Let's go! Who's ready for battle boot camp?" And just Anna just freaking out inside. So when I walk in, she just falls to her knees in relief and just
Oh my
like,
god.
just like, I can't believe that happened.
I for real thought like a man, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be a man. A man was about to, it was your deep voice, Sarah. I was
Yeah.
like, a man is about to run in here and make me exercise in front of all my friends.
We were
And
gonna do it with you.
Right. We're going to be bonding.
like the
Yeah.
night after we went to the club in Vegas, really down bad behavior.
I enjoy it. That's one of my favorite memories. My only regret is that we
Oh
weren't
my god,
filming
yes.
it. That is the only regret. Very
That
good
was
time. We went
really
on to have
funny.
like a series of relays. We did some rock, paper, scissors.
We
What's
did.
the
Which
wheelbarrow?
Annacrizelda killed
I did.
everyone
Yes.
in rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
She's so good at it.
Very
I
good.
did.
It was an excellent time. So again,
Yes.
no reason to be afraid, right? It all works out in your favor. And so rather than a book club, I have enlisted Sarah to join me in just offering some like things that we love about you in the
Oh.
spirit of National Best Friends Day. I don't even know
That
what
just passed
episode we're on the
yesterday.
pod, but like, yeah, just in the like name of, telling our people, giving them their flowers, sharing what we love. Are you on board for that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Consent is key. See, no need to have fear. Look at this.
You're like you frighten me so much.
We can be wholesome.
We can be. We have multitude.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
multitude. Okay, I will get us started if that sounds good, Sarah. Okay.
Yeah.
My dearest Annacrizelda, there's so many things that I want to say about you, so many flowers I could give you. But what came to mind as I was thinking about this more today was just like an appreciation for how like self-actualized I feel that you are. And I understand like, your interior, your internal might be different from what happens in the world, but it's how I experience you is like you are who you say you are consistently. And I think that's a really beautiful and a really powerful thing and just incredible to like, seeing your growth from college to now. Like you've always been an amazing person, but just your willingness to kind of explore your truth and like stand in it is exemplary to me. We're in an era where I feel like people are always talking about like, oh, reflection and be self-aware, but like you pair that with awareness of like how you impact and move with others and then like action. I'm like, who do I want to be? How do I want to be? Like, what do I need to do to get there? And like that can include setting boundaries. Again, knowing I'm not staying up till 3 a.m., guys. I'm not going out that late. No, that's a little joke, but just the ways that you show up for yourself and for others is beautiful to me. And I think it's just a model like for me and, just a reminder of like that it's okay to do and like how to do it. And so that's a long way of saying you're doing great. You're an inspiration. I'm so proud of you and like just glad to know you and glad to get to learn from you. Yay, Annacrizelda.
That was beautiful. Oh my gosh.
That was really nice. That's so cute.
That was so nice.
I don't know. There's so much stuff I could say about you, Anna. You already know. Like, first of all, I love our friendship has grown so much, and I never would have expected to like be as close to you as you were because there was a bout of college that we weren't close as much. not just because we didn't get along. It's just like we had our different circles, we had our different things that were going on, and then like moving away definitely like kind of made it harder. But I I think it's like I said at the top of the the pod. It was just like I'm glad that we can always catch up when we can catch up, and it doesn't feels like we missed a beat. We feel like I feel like I'm always supported by you, and just voted me as a cheerleader, which is really awesome. And I just feel like this is the time, like it's really like the girls supporting girls kind of thing that I really feel with you. And I absolutely love that, especially the world being so crazy and so unpredictable. Like, I want to be better at cementing at my community that I have. And I'm so glad that you're part of my community. And not only that, like, you are literally the only person that makes me belly laugh so freaking hard that I like hurt so bad afterward, but it always feels so good at the same time. But also, like, we could just do dumb shit and it's just great. And I absolutely love that we could just have bliss and joy amongst all the chaos.
You guys, this was so beautiful and so much better than a book club.
I mean, in some ways, it was a version of a book club. Our friendships with you are like the text, and then we just discuss them.
You're so deep. You're such an academic, I feel like. Such an academic.
Very on brand.
So on brand.
I'm going to sell you on book clubs one way or another, okay? You might have to backdoor.
If I was in a book club, you two are the only two people I would be in the book club with, okay?
Very
and
fair.
Maybe your friend Camille. Sarájanée. We love
that
Camille.
would be cute. Camille's a Gemini too.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, a little air sign. Little air sign book club. We could cut up.
Oh my gosh, we should have a pod, the Gemini Club. Gemini and Gemini friends. Friends of Gemini.
I love that.
We're the best.
I love it. Oh, you guys.
We love you.
I love you guys.
I do love you.
Tell your friends you love them. Let them know.
Tell your friends you love them.
True. All the time.
All the time. All the time. As you said, Sarah, there's a lot of stuff going on, so don't leave anything assumed. Good for all of us to share and to hear. Before we keep going, we did also want to see, Sarah, if there are any other questions, topics, scenarios, what do we call them, that we've posed that you were like, ooh, I want to hear like you guys have an idea. Like, for example, we talked about love triangles based on the movie Materialist that's coming out this week, I think. I've had so many ideas subsequently since then.
Your love triangles.
Cool it could be. But
people you want to fight over you.
Yes.
They just keep coming.
They just keep coming. But I do. It's funny how you turn that on. But yeah, would love to know if there are any segments like that you were like, oh, I have strong ideas. I don't know.
I don't know. You have to go first. I don't know.
Oh, you want more of my love triangles?
Yes.
Okay, great. No problem.
Tell us around it.
I need more context.
Okay, so I have like different kind of lanes, but I'm just gonna throw the names out there. Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes.
Yes. He is like suited and booted. Please stand up, sir. Call for me. Ilan Noel, Insecure. Yes. Like, let's talk about it.
Every man in that show is fine.
Fun, right? The whole, matter of fact, Insecure cast. Let's just see. Let's just like y'all line it up and let me know how it goes, okay?
Asian Bae, what was his name? I hate to reduce him too, but he is.
He was so attractive. I don't either. What I remember is that we found out he was like romantically involved with a black woman in real life, in real time. And we were all like, yes. Real life Molly. Love that. Oh my goodness. I need to like write them down. But that's some of the stars. Have you thought of any other ones, Anna? Or you're a reasonable human and it doesn't live rent free in your head?
I think I've just been thinking of the ones I named and I'm further instantiating myself in them. Like, I really do want the Hun from Mulan and Shang to fight over me.
I think that's very fair.
He's a big brawly man. I get it.
Oh, yeah. Abdul.
Oh my
God. He could get in there somewhere. Oh, Mahershala Ali. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Yes, please. I'm probably choosing him though, to be honest. Like, yeah, no disrespect to his wife, but he's gonna have He's got an early lead in the poll. It's going to be hard for me to say no to him. Giancarlo Stanton of the New York Yankees, my favorite MLB player. Yeah.
Oh.
I think you've just been seeing people and putting them into the category of love triangle or no love triangle.
I think that's actually very accurate. I think that's reasonable.
Sarah, who would you have in a love triangle movie about you?
Oh man. There's just so many. Right now my brain is drawing a blank other than just Michael B. Jordan right now.
You could have two of him.
You could have two of
I
him.
know. Just
All
because
Sinners.
we watched Sinners recently, and I've been like on a deep dive on just like theories and everything. I was just like, damn, this movie was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And just the casting was so great in this movie.
Great.
The Asian guy from Sinners was also great.
Fine.
Sorry, I also don't know his name.
Yes, very good daddy
is
energy.
His name. One name, like Oprah. Just Yao.
Love that.
Yao.
Worthy. I get it.
Sarah, if the movie Sinners was made in 2025, if it was set in 2025, what song is the white devil singing and making all the black people sing?
How is he luring people out?
How's he luring people out?
Oh no. Oh no. I feel like it has to be like, no offense to Post Malone, but a Post Malone song.
Oh my god, that's what Sarájanée said.
Post Malone.
Like, I love Post Malone, don't get me wrong. I love him. I love him as an artist. But I feel like, yeah, it has to be like him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I think something about Post Malone.
He makes
something
good,
about, like,
happy music. It's attractive for
You're my
all
sunflower.
like genres and faces. Yeah.
You're like bouncing along before you even know what's happening.
Yeah. And before Posty lovers hate on me, I too love Post Malone and I love his music.
Okay, Post Malone inspires me, right? Like, I have some songs that I like, don't know a lot about him, but what lives rent free in my head when I think about Post Malone is Beyonce's, what was it, like the NFL Christmas Day performance she had, where he's like performing with her for Levi's jeans, but she's like, "Don't touch me."
He was clearly told to stay 16 inches from her.
Dang.
Meanwhile, Shabuzi, she's like, "What's up?" You know.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Virginia
Shout out to Virginia. Let's go.
Hey.
That's a good one. Sung by Post Malone.
Love it.
Am I allowed to add Kirsten Kish to that?
Oh my god. A beautiful woman.
She is so beautiful.
A beautiful woman.
And Tessa Thompson.
She was in one of mine.
Mm.
Yeah. She made me think Janelle Monáe. Yeah.
Oh, stunning.
Yes. An icon.
Yes.
An icon.
Really.
So good. Okay. Well, moving on, Sarah, one thing that I wanted to talk to you about on the pod today is a topic that I think that you know a lot about, and it's actually something I really admire about you, is that you have been able to develop really cool and interesting and deep hobbies in adulthood, which I think is really important. There are all these studies that point to the positive effects of developing hobbies in adulthood, including reduced stress, improved relationships, and improved just generally mental and physical health. And we would love to hear sort of what are the hobbies you've developed in adulthood and what are the benefits that you've experienced from having these hobbies?
Oh, yeah. I've always been very creative type, always been interested in the arts. So anything like theater, art, crafting, anything like that. I've always been interested in music. I'm not musically talented, unfortunately, but I do enjoy music a lot. I nerd out about music. I do research about it. But more, I think what you're referring to more is like the crafting and DIYing that I love to do. I've always loved creating things. And I always think that if I went to e-school, like engineering school, I think I would have been unstoppable. Like, I could create so much cool shit. And I was like, dang, I kind of wish I did e-school now. But anyways, yeah, I always love creating, and it's just a great way to exercise like my brain in different ways. Since my day job is a very science and math based profession because I work in healthcare. But it's nice to have something that's different and fulfilling and like the, 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 the feeling of struggling through something, but also finally creating it and doing it at the end and knowing that I did it and figured it out. It's like perfect feeling, like impeccable, like bliss, and just yes, I love that feeling so much. But yeah, it's great to, like you said, de-stress. It also gives me a community as well, just because like I get to relate with other people who also DIY, and it's just seeing people's creativity. I feel like creativity begets creativity, so the more you see it, the more you also want to be creative, and not as a competition standpoint, just from like just wanting to create more things and bring out more creativity for other people, inspire people. Like I would hope to inspire people to create stuff, even if you have no experience. I hope that answers your question.
It does. I find
And
it
I,
very inspirational personally.
me too. I love watching like your videos and the process pics or progress pics. I think
Hmm.
very encouraging. And as you were describing, I think you said something like the feeling after you struggle through something and you figure it out. And I wonder if you have any tips for people like me. And I've had like different hobbies and different moments, but sometimes it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
get started because I'm like, oh,
Mm.
where do I start? I don't know what to do. What if I like waste these materials? Like, do you have any suggestions for like getting rid of, for lack of better words, some of those like mindsets that are like, if I don't know how to do it right away, it's hard to get started, if
Mm.
that makes sense.
That is something I've also struggled with too, though. That's a very much, I feel like all of us who are type A, who went to UVA, also are very much like this, where it's very much perfectionism trying to talk. Like, if I'm not perfect immediately, I should just give up. Part of it. So, like, I think even starting YouTube, I was just like, I have to have all the right stuff first and know what I'm doing before like do anything. But I know it sounds really corny. Sometimes you just have to start. But then you can also do research for hours. Like I know I procrastinate by watching so much preparation video that I never start because I just watch other people and never do anything. But you do start somewhere. If you're going like more specific into like a specific hobby, start with like cheap thrifted materials first. Like for example, if you're learning how to sew, go to the bedding section of the thrift store. You can get sheets, which are huge amounts of fabric for like $5 versus paying it for new. R.I.P. Joanne's though. Um, and then, yeah, or if you're into woodworking, get like a scrap piece of furniture from the thrift store, or it's free, or from Facebook, and you can start there. Like, I think you can start very cheaply and just work your way up there. And then finding a community that also knows more about the craft that you can ask questions on, whether that's like YouTube or Discord or something like that, or even your community physically around you.
Uh, Sarah, I know something that you also do is you thrift for
Yes.
clothes. And I have always admired how you're able to like find such great hidden pieces because I feel like whenever I thrift, I'm like, I just like can't, I feel like I can't find good pieces
Mm-hmm.
no matter how hard I look. So, like, are your, what are you looking for when you're thrifting? Like, what does your process look like?
I think everyone's this is friend for sure. I do enjoy thrifting because I do it like the treasure hunt of it all, like the
Mm-hmm.
feeling of just like trying to find some niche, unique, one of a kind thing. I think there are several tips. Basically, you could try to go where it's not overpicked. So, like if you have a thrift store that's like on a college campus, for example, especially since it's more popular, more mainstream now to do so, I would go a little bit further out, try to go to a place that's in a richer part or closer to a richer part of the neighborhood because that's where they donate stuff. Um, and I try to look for things that are, for clothes, for example, I try to look for things that are higher quality clothing. So I'm not buying Shein, I'm not buying like any H&M stuff, like I'm not buying any fast fashion because why would I buy something that's going to disintegrate like after a couple uses. So there's a lot of good vintage pieces, and the advantage of me knowing how to sew, not like great, but still learning, is learning how to rework fashion pieces into more current trends, because trends often just cycle through. You just may have to a little bit of tweaks. Furniture, I try to look for real wood if I can. Um, yeah, I just try to be creative and reimagine things. Um, yeah, I like to go a little bit further out, to go where other people are not going. And then if you can try to go to like charity shops, or like shops that are like a lot smaller than like say the Goodwills, um, they often have better pricing, because I think they are kind of price gouging now in certain places. I've noticed the prices at Goodwill, Habitat for Humanity around my area has also increased a lot in pricing. And I'm like, why am I paying $30, like basically almost full price for something, when you could easily thrift this? So yeah, go to the smaller shops, because they also have better curated things as well.
Mm.
I like those are good tips.
It's just a hodgepodge of stuff, and then you're just sifting through trash.
It's such a good tip, because one of the things I heard you say was like the treasure hunt of it all, which for me, just say like don't go in with like an expectation, kind of like detach from outcomes and see what you find. And I think that would be a helpful framing for me, like rather than being like, oh, I want to find a couple cool t-shirts. No, I just go and see what I see. So.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes a lot of patience, because you don't know what the inventory is, and things can change from day to day. I think if it's helpful, if start with your mood board of what you're trying to emulate, what you're trying to find, and then you could try to find something that's similar, maybe not exactly the same, but you'll at least have an idea, so you're not overwhelmed, because I know thrift stores can also be very overwhelming.
Yeah, I do get overwhelmed in there.
Yeah, have some good music, have good shoes, make sure you eat, make sure you're hydrated, and just, yeah.
That's awesome.
Time.
Know your standards. Want good quality materials, good wood, but yeah, like an open creative approach. I like that.
Yeah.
One of my goals for the second half of the year is to take up quilting, and I used to sew like a fair amount in childhood, and like I knew how to using the machine, but just haven't done it. And so we're going to find out if it comes back to me. But something I've been kind of wrestling with is like, oh, do I want to start with a class and like, investing in all the materials, which I can do, but it feels a little daunting. But you're just kind of inspiring me. Like, maybe I just find some, inexpensive materials and see what my skill level is now, what does come back to me. Like if I doesn't have to be a perfect quilt with all the layers. I can just sew some stuff together and see if I like it, and then go from there.
That's where the bedding section will make a huge difference at a thrift store.
That feels like a more realistic start, rather than like I have to sign up and commit to like hundreds of dollars for this class and this thing, and then like I don't know that I want a sewing machine right now, right? Like I used to enjoy sewing by hand. Maybe I do. We'll see, but. You're inspiring me not to have to.
YouTube University's your friend.
Plan. Yeah.
Free 99.
I don't have to have all of the things, though. I love that approach. Like, we can just see how the pieces come together.
That's awesome. That's great advice.
Facebook is also a great resource. People are giving away stuff all the time.
Good enough.
Especially if you're in a major city, like everyone's getting rid of stuff all the time.
True. That's a good idea.
Anything else you want to share on, or any thoughts you want to share about hobbies in adulthood, Sarah?
I think everyone should have a hobby.
Everyone should have a hobby.
Every adult should have a hobby. I don't care if it's gaming, or if it's DIYing, or if it's reading, drawing, whatever that creates a space for just you. And then you can find space for just you and not rely on just your partner or your friends to bring you some comfort or some happiness or whatever stress relief that you need to process information or process the day. Like, I think it's good to have an outlet that's healthy.
It's such a great point.
It is. Get a hobby, and then people won't be talking as much. They won't be typing as much on Twitter. Hobbies support the Be Quiet movement. Let's go.
I know.
Let's all have hobbies.
Yes, please.
Please.
Find something you love.
We beg. Find something.
Go ahead and process some thoughts in your head while you're gaming. while you're creating, while you're crafting. Keep it in your mind. Channel that energy. Help the rest of us out.
Okay, well, let's get into it then. Sarah, we would like to invite you to participate in one of our favorite recurring segments, the Crash Out Corner. So, the Crash Out Corner is our recurring segment where we free ourselves to share something we are currently or are about to crash out on. It's basically an invitation for you to use this platform to tell people to act differently than they are. Past topics have been, I personally addressed Bonnie Bear and how he won't go on tour, but he will continue to do things that are not going on tour, like host a basketball tournament and release smoked salmon.
That's right. I forgot.
Why is he doing that? Okay, I'm not going to crash out on it again. Sarah, do you have any things that you would like to crash out on?
I feel like there's so much, but the immediate thing I can think of is just like, Ticketmaster's out of control, bro. Like, I cannot stand these prices anymore. Like, this is absurd to charge me like an extra $150 for taxes and fees on top of the ticket. Why? Because I want to go see Kendrick and SZA next week. It's $300, and that's without the fees. Like, what? That is insane. Someone's got to control that shit. I can't deal with this. No one can afford this.
Why is going to see live music a luxury? What are we doing?
And people paying like $2,000 to see Beyonce in a pit where they couldn't even see Beyonce. I saw that whole thing play out. They changed the layout so they could actually see her now. But like, what?
It's rough.
It's very rough.
Crazy.
It's rough. You know, I remember we saw Lady Gaga at UVA for $40.
Was it really that cheap? I also went to that
Jay-Z
concert.
too.
It was like
Jay-Z was
$40.
very cheap. Yeah, Jay-Z was also very cheap. Like,
I think I saw Paramore for like, I think $60 or $50. I think, yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
There was a period where there was a moment where, like, if you spent $150 to $200 on a show, you were like front row, best seats in the house.
Yes.
That barely gets you in the building
Yes.
now. What are we doing?
Yes. And mind you, the ticket prices I quoted for Kendrick and SZA next week are in the nosebleeds. They're in the 400s.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I could just watch this from outside the stadium at this point for free. What are you talking about?
I'll just listen to the bass in the parking lot.
Exactly.
Dang.
What are you? Because also, what are you asking me to pay for? Like, yes, it's seeing this musician, but you're also asking me to interact with other people. I'm leaving my home. Okay, paying to leave my home is already crazy. Okay, and then I'm going to be subject to the elements. I went to the Beyonce show, loved it, but we was out there in a tornado for a little bit.
That was.
There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk with going to these shows.
Yeah,
from
not
the weather
to the
people.
Afterward too.
Listen.
It's awful.
Listen. They had us walking a mile and a half to get out of Soldier. I don't really know if it was a mile and a half, but it was like at least 25, 30 minutes. All of us funneling out of Soldier Field to then get to whether you were parked, Uber, whatever. Like, you had to walk all of Chicago's museum campus. And I was like, this is ridiculous. It is 2 a.m. What is happening? This is not safe. They got all of us huddled in this little small area. So again, what are you asking us to pay for?
1,000%. Like, the live music experience is just not.
No.
It's not it. Like, I remember when I saw Beyonce for Renaissance at the Hard Rock Stadium. That was the worst leaving a concert experience I've ever had. Like, we walked, see, look at that. Do you see that? I don't know why it does that. It does it to me every time. I don't know what it is. I kind of think Sarájanée makes it happen, but like...
What in the defamation? I can't even say call my lawyer because you're my lawyer. What is happening? I need a judge.
Turn that off.
Okay, but when I try to do it on purpose, look, nothing. Okay, nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna crash out about the thumbs up. That's what I'm about to crash out.
But yes, let outs. Like I don't remember them being that way. Right?
Never.
Like
No.
long entry times. Some of that makes sense, I guess, added security, but like the let outs, I don't remember them being this way. It's ridiculous.
Even the getting in line to get tickets online and waiting in that virtual
God.
line was awful
Terrible.
experience. I highly recommend, if you can afford it, go see your favorite artist outside of the States, because the States is out of control.
Oh my
If you have the
gosh,
ability to do so, like we're going to see Bad Bunny next year in Brazil. I'm so stoked. And you know how much we have not front row tickets, but like lower level tickets for $180, which does sound like a lot. But here, that would have been like $200.
$1,000.
It would have been $1,000.
Easy.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm so excited you're going to see Bad Bunny. He is on my
I'm
like
so
want to
excited.
see list.
Me
Like,
too. This is the
he gives
first
a
time.
great
I'm
show.
so excited. I'm
gonna
so
be good.
excited.
I mean, to do it in Brazil is awesome. Like, that's epic.
That is going to be amazing.
Highly
That's
recommend.
epic.
Speaking of, shout out to Bad Bunny. Come to the pod.
Come to the pod, Bad Bunny.
Please.
What's up?
Please.
What's up, Benito?
Okay, I changed my love triangle to because that man is so fine.
He is. It's like somebody
I
got
just
the
love
charisma.
his
He's got it.
confidence. Yes.
Yes.
He's like
The
funny
charisma.
too.
Yes.
His SNL
the-
skit.
He's so
very
good. So good. And he's just so like confident in who he is and very like just does not afraid of showing any type of femininity or any type of anything. It's just so great. I love him.
It is. Whenever he's giving interviews and like will speak in Spanish first and then be like, okay, I'll break it down for y'all in English. I'm like, yes, I love that. Make the English speakers wait. Let's go. It is just, it's a beautiful thing.
Well,
He's
he
like
initially didn't do it in English at all.
yeah.
Which I was like very happy that he did it. I was like, he is an actively a Puerto Rican artist, so like he should be speaking Spanish.
Yes, right? Like
he doesn't have to be accessible to you. His music is not for you.
You figure it out. If you want to be here, you figure it out. I love it. The Puerto Rico residency, like, yeah, if you want to see me, you're going to have to pull up. Like, just a beautiful
I wanted
thing.
to go so bad. I couldn't snag tickets.
Yeah. Good thing.
Yeah.
All love for Bad Bunny. Anna, can we insert some images of him? Just a little montage.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
The best pictures, please.
We listened to so much Bad Bunny when we were in Tulum in January for Sarájanée's birthday.
Amazing.
There's something for everything, you know, when you want to pick the energy up, when you want to just chill out and sit around by the pool. Bad Bunny's got it.
That's great.
We love it. This is a Bad Bunny stan podcast.
Yes, always. Outside of the time he dated Kylie Jenner, but everything else is fine.
We all make mistakes.
He was young.
He was just being a man, honestly.
Yeah, listen, it's the patriarchy.
It is a patriarchy.
He had a blip and just thinking.
Watch him still be dating her.
Oh,
but,
is he still dating her?
I have no idea. I'm just saying.
No, she's with Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, isn't that the other one?
Yeah, that was the
I don't
other
know.
sister.
I confuse them all the time. I don't know.
Who knows?
Lady blindness.
My bad. I don't really keep up with the Kardashians.
It's a frequent happening here.
It's a corrective microaggression. That's what it is.
Balancing out.
Yeah.
That's true.
You look very similar. It's not my fault.
Sorry.
Not at all sorry. But no, it's such a good point. Make live music affordable again.
Yes.
Make it pleasant again.
What is it called when it's like, I think it starts with a C, when it's like all of the one business had a monopoly, so it's not a C. I feel like Ticketmaster has too much of a monopoly on concert sales. Whatever Ticketmaster and Live Nation are doing, somebody's got to break it up. It's not right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
they
right.
They need to introduce competition into the market.
Yes.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
It's crazy out here.
That's the word I was looking for. Competition, monopoly. We got there.
You were in the
That's why you guys are best friends.
Yeah.
This is why.
Yeah. I got you.
I
knew where you were going. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Are you crashing about anything, Sarájanée?
I mean, always.
True.
I'm a daily crash out. What did I crash out about today? I had so many meetings. If you see somebody's like got a 30-minute window between on their calendar, do not add a meeting in there just because you can, right? Like, we're supposed to keep some time open, right? But make another choice. There's nothing that we need to meet about 3 meetings in a row. And if we got the same people in the meeting 3 meetings in a row, that's ridiculous. We
on a
look
Monday?
crazy. We look crazy. Why do we have to why do we log off and on the Zoom 3 times? Why do we do that?
That's absurd.
That's silly.
That's absurd.
I had a little crash out. We do. Okay, see you in a second. What? Why would we leave the Zoom call?
Just tell me now. Why do you... This is a farce. This is a fiction of our modern era, and it has to end.
And please. But it's like, all right, I'm lowest in a totem pole here, so sure, guys, let's all exit the Zoom. But this is ridiculous. So that was my crash
really
out.
Weird.
Yeah, my crash out of the day. My crash out. Anna, you got anything?
Do I have anything? Well, I am still crashing out about Bonnie Bear. I just continue to crash out about it. He's gotta go on tour. He's gonna go on tour, and I'll be there. I'll be crying.
Yeah,
I'll be weeping. I'll be weeping.
I just had an idea. Maybe if you start a book club, you find out what kind of books he likes reading. You invite him, and then at the book club, you get to pitch that he goes on tour or does like 1 or 2 shows.
I can't. I cannot do that. No, I cannot do that.
That's wild.
We tried.
I tried.
Listen, can't do it. I cannot do it. Oh, I do have something I'm going to crash out about, actually. Why are my teeth getting more sensitive as I'm getting older? I don't like that. When I was a child, I used to eat popsicles. I used to bite it. I wouldn't even like soften it. I used to bite it. And when I think of that now, it sends a whole body shudder through me.
Not the whole body shudder.
Like,
wow.
I have to put fruit that's been in the fridge on the counter for at least 15 minutes before I can eat it because my teeth are so sensitive. I use sensitivity toothpaste. I talked to the dentist about it. They have nothing for me, okay? They have nothing for me. I don't like that. I want to be able to eat all temperatures of food, but it looks like that time has passed in my life, and I don't like that.
I mean, you could have Eric just hold it in his hands to warm it up.
That is so disgusting, Sarah. I'm going to tell you right now, when Eric hears that, he's going to be really upset.
It could be your personal warmer, you know? You know they have those warmers for butt wipes, like...
Absolutely not. Let your team suffer first. I like the idea.
Just put a strawberry in his hand. He just warms it up in his head.
Oh my god. No, I don't want your warm hand strawberry. I don't want that. I don't want it.
I was going to say, I mean, it might be end up being effective because then you're not going to want to eat the cold strawberry
That's
either.
True.
So your teeth are still protected.
I need the antioxidants. So funny.
What a time.
What
Sensitive
a time. Teeth. Oh my god. You guys, this has been such a fun podcast. This is so much fun.
Yeah, this was really fun. It's nice to see you guys.
Thank you so much,
Sarah. Well, before we close out, can you, if you would like, tell everyone where they can find you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Well, I have a YouTube channel. It's called DIY Gemini. Shout out to the Geminis. And Instagram and TikTok, which I'm not as good about updating all the time, but hi DIY Gemini, HI DIY Gemini, and do a lot of crafting, woodworking, sewing, all different types of things because I am naturally a Gemini, so I'm interested in everything. So if you're a little chaotic and want some chaotic DIY energy, come through.
And I just say it's not chaotic.
This is so fun.
It's not chaotic at all. It's fun to watch. It's actually very soothing to watch you like craft things in your recap video. So go there.
It's so good. It's really, you guys, it's really a great channel to follow. I love watching it. feel like we're hanging out, whatever. Whenever I watch it, you make me die laughing in your little narrations.
I
So
call
good.
it being in the stew when I record those voiceovers. Just in the stew. But yeah, follow me on there. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yay!
So it's so exciting. Hopefully I'm going to be more consistent going forward in posting, but this is so fun. Thank you for having me as your first guest. This is so crazy.
Thank you so much for being here, Sarah. We loved having you.
I love having
Come back
you.
soon.
Come back soon. Oh, guys.
You know that Gen Zs do this, but you know.
Well, guys, that was episode 14. Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this episode, share it with your long distance best friend. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.